Oh, hello!
Hello!
Welcome to Ghostbusters, the video game.
Remastered.
Part 9.
9, ooh.
Walkthrough by Channeling Spirits. I am Devin Dion, the writer and editor of Channeling Spirits, along with the incredible...
Oh, I'm the Incredible Hulk. No, Heidi Dion. The Edible Hulk? I don't want to know what that is.
Edible.
I'm Heidi Dion, the voice of Channeling Spirits.
Alright, so jumping right into it, we are the
on
Ghostbusters on a boat. I'm on a boat! They are on the Hudson River. They are in Ecto 8. They have discovered Shandor Island.
Ooh.
Do you remember Shandor Island?
Yes.
You don't at all.
No.
As with all recaps. So what happened last time, Heidi, from Channeling Spirits?
There was some stuff. There were ghosts, and we fought them, and you run around drinking water, probably, from a water fountain, and
Do you
causing
remember
havoc.
anything in particular?
That's a no for me, dog.
Okay, so we were in the Sedgwick Hotel.
Oh, right. Yes, that place.
Yeah, we returned to the Sedgwick Hotel, and we found the Spider Witch.
Oh, yeah, the Black Widow, which we never really went into. I don't know. She was kind of weird.
Yeah, okay.
I was...
So anyway, we went back to the Sedgwick Hotel. We found out it was a node. There is one last node, which is in the middle of the Hudson, which is where we are.
Yay.
And that is Shandor Island, named after the famous...
Oh, it's Evo.
Not Vigo, but
Oh.
Evo. Evo Shandor. Not wrong, not right, but okay.
That's me in life. Not wrong, but not right.
Not true. So yes, the Shandor family had their own private island, which sunk in the midst of,
The apocalypse?
I honestly don't remember what... I think it was actually after the last Shandor passed away, which would have been Evo. Mm-hmm. Then, the island sunk like Atlantis. So that was like, quote, why Shandor Island is not seen, why it's never been known in any map in New York,
But we're somehow there even though it's underwater?
Well, it emerged.
Oh, okay.
So, when supernatural occurrences happened, then all of a sudden it was like, oh, Evo, or the Shandor Island emerged.
It's because the island heard another island singing, and so it emerged, like
I don't know
in
what
Lava,
what? Oh,
the
no,
cartoon.
That's not, I lava you, but no,
long
that's
time
not
ago,
what happened.
There was a guy named
Anyway,
Evo.
that was almost good.
Thank you.
So you may notice that our character, the rookie, has kind of a different layout. Do you notice from the other Ghostbusters?
He did the laundry.
So he has the dark gray jumpsuit.
Yes, I was
from
going to say it
Ghostbusters
looks
2.
darker.
And then he has the gold proton pack.
Oh.
So these are actually downloadable.
That just seems like a waste.
What? No.
A gold proton
No,
pack?
it's fine.
Okay.
So these are actually downloadable content for Ghostbusters the video game.
Remastered.
That you can get. So when you complete or beat casual or the easy mode, you get the dark jumpsuit from Ghostbusters 2. Mm-hmm. And then if you actually complete it in professional, I want to say it's professional, or hard mode, you get the gold proton pack. So for those of you who have watched this and thought, wow, he cannot play video games, I spent many hours to prove you wrong.
Yay!
But did not bother showing you them because it would have been way too many hours. So I've actually had to re-record this. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. There were attempts made, and we actually had to re-record because our PS4 is possessed.
Yes, that's true. It likes to beep and spit out discs all the time. Usually before you've saved.
Yeah, it'll just decide, boop, boop, boop,
I'm done.
and then randomly just stop your progress, regardless of where you're saved. So we had that a few times with the recording devices and our PS4. So this is proof that I can, beat a video game, or not really proof, I guess. It just maybe someone else did it for me. But anyway, so within Shandor's Island, you had to kind of move that crane over to get it to a place of actually trying to get it so you can move through.
Gotcha.
And my favorite thing definitely is the slime tether.
I know it is. You love a good tether. What is that? Oh, hello.
It's just
a
a minecart of just I'm down for the count. This is how I die. Oh, Egon I think went down too,
it's
and I'm
the
just
Seven Dwarfs mine train.
I'm gonna close for now.
Oh, Corona.
So yeah, I find this level interesting. Like I like it and I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so like I like the public library because it's like based on Ghostbusters.
Yes, but there's an infinite abyss of basements. It's
Well,
just not realistic.
Other than the 7 basements of hell, like
Ooh.
this is like it's very moody. So you have like like the ravens crawling away. I'm gonna try and shoot the Statue of Liberty if you don't mind.
What'd she do to you? She helps you. How dare you be mean to her?
She wanted everyone. But it's like this kind of like cool like Gothic castle, which is kind of like
what was their mind? I'm confused.
Because all right, so you remember Shandor? Actually, in the new Ghostbusters Afterlife, right? Mm-hmm. He has mines.
Oh, you're right.
In Oklahoma, I think it might be. I think it's Oklahoma. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he was always like mining like pure selenium
with cores of pure selenium,
or like weird things to like make like Dana's apartment.
Got it.
It would make sense.
Okay.
But he also has a lab in this castle, and he's got a lot of like freaking little like minions. So, you remember the Gargoyles?
Yes.
So they're back, and then there's these things called venom crawlers, who are little minions of hell.
Little Audrey Tooth?
feed me.
They're like I don't know, they're like spider.
Oh, they look like plants.
Things. No, they're not quite plants, but they become the bane of my existence. Like this entire level, I despise them, and now they're back.
Gotcha.
They
outer space.
they were also with the chairman level. You remember when there were portals there?
Yes,
they were like
I do remember
first...
that. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
now you remember things.
I remember
now
some things.
You remember things I mentioned for a recap, but you can never actually say a recap.
Anyway.
So we got gargoyles, we got venom crawlers, we got a lot of returning characters as we kind of slowly get towards the entrance to the castle, which I think it's kind of like...
I want to get a big shot of this. Oh, you may not enter. You shall not pass.
Just, we are not welcome here.
Speak friend and enter.
For those who knew. Bella.
Belloc.
No, I think this is Bella.
No, I think it's Belloc.
Okay, Belloc is... Belloc.
That's Duloc.
Oh. Alright, so we're shot out of the castle, so we gotta go through the hedge maze.
Have fun storming the castle.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
So this level, I think, really started to amp up some of the creep factor, like, the first time I played it.
Okay.
Because, like, there's these, like, weird noises. Like, it's like, and you hear, like, things, like, stomping through, and you don't know, like, what's behind the hedges. Like, it gets a little, like, creepy, actually. Mm. And, like, the whole level actually starts to really amp in creepiness.
Huh.
Like, in a good way. Like, Ghostbusters is always a good mixture of, like, horror and comedy. Mm-hmm. And I think, like, as a video game, it's like, okay, well, you should represent that. Like, you should have a horror element. And, doing horror themes or tropes or whatever is a good thing. But it was a little, like, creepy at times.
Were there any jump scares?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's hard to tell, like, doing, like, an audio commentary of it, but, like, if you're playing it by yourself, like, there's some points that I found freaked out. I don't know. Comment below if you disagree or you also felt like, yeah, there were some genuinely, like, creepy points.
I mean, I've played from some pretty spooky video games that have, like, had jump scares and gotten me.
Like, what's your scariest? Because I think it's hard, like...
I mean, so I'm not, like, a huge video gamer, per se. Like, I like a very unique niche. So please don't quote me on this being like the scariest video game. But
this is the scariest video game.
No, but one video game, or just it was actually on the iPad back in 2014. It was called Year Walk. And it has
year walk.
Yeah, year, like as in like next
1 year
and then walk. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a Swedish game, actually.
Oh,
yeah,
a Shandor, we got to scary things.
They do. The Skarsgård are from Sweden.
Skarsgård, got to scary. We love you, Sweden, so much.
So much. But yeah, no, it's a lot to do with Swedish folklore, and the main character goes on this journey called a year walk, where essentially you do this specialized walk and it shows you glimpses into the future. But it's very, very dangerous, and there's a lot of like rituals to it. And then when you get glimpses into the future, there's like a lot of blood and jump scares. And your fiance warns you not to go into to do this year walk thing, and then I think in the end she's dead. Yeah, it just got a lot of jump scares, and it was really just weird and different, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
All right.
Yeah, what about you?
Would you recommend Year Walk for people who enjoy horror games?
Yeah, totally. Like, I was holding it, I had it on my iPad when I was playing it, and I dropped the iPad at one point because it scared me.
Oh
Yeah.
Jeez.
So what about you?
I enjoy video games, and I've said before, like, my love of video games is very much the story you're playing through. So I'm not really a good person that could give you any sort of, hey, this is a good horror game. I remember my friend Eric, who, hey, shout out to Eric Roland, who is actually the one who helped get this off the ground by providing the video recording software. So love you, Eric. Him playing a video game like where you're like in Japan, I think it was like for like the PS3, and you like take photos to like stop like Japanese ghosts, and like it was kind of like creepy. Again, like I don't even know if that was like the scariest game, but there were like times like, because like we would like all get together in college, like Eric and us and the guys, and like we'd like turn off the lights and like make it more spooky. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm hardly the source of, hey, this is by far the scariest game. I'm not a good person to ask that, but check out Eric Rowland. Maybe he can tell you what is.
Yeah. I really like it when PewDiePie, for those of you who know who he is.
Nobody knows PewDiePie.
Oh no.
No one's ever heard of him.
Of course not. Look him up if you haven't. But
shame.
PewDiePie does a lot of videos, obviously, of him playing video games, and one of my favorites to watch, and I'll go back when I need a good laugh, is him playing the Slender Man games.
Oh, that's a pretty classic one.
He just cracks me up with his commentary, and I love it when he legitimately gets freaked out.
When he goes into like full Swedish mode.
Yes.
No jävlar! Oh my fucking god.
Because he just starts swearing in Swedish.
We love the Swedes.
We do. But yeah, love him so much.
That's
so
good
I enjoy
stuff,
watching
yeah.
those.
All right, I will totally give you that. All right, so trying to get back on track. So we are exploring the castle of Shandor. They have found out that Alyssa Milano is a relative of Shandor. And so they're realizing that her presence in the museum has sparked this whole chain of events. So that's why, all these nodes are being reactivated. That's why Gozer is being happening. And they're realizing in a weird chain of events, like, okay, well, is she behind it?
Sorry, someone just disappeared.
It was the rookie. He's fine.
So it was you.
That's just us. Or is Dickless, who personally recommended her, behind it? Who wanted her in the museum, which is where she was.
It's probably the redhead. Redheads are always behind everything.
Which one? Which I don't
Dickless,
understand.
the ginger.
Oh, okay. So yeah, trapdoor has happened. We as the Ricky, we are by ourselves, and this is honestly where it gets really creepy from a player standpoint, because you now know you're by yourself. Like, there's no backup. There's no if it goes down, it's on you. And it gets a little creepier because they've got these like voices whispering like, "Oh yeah, we know he's there."
Hershey squirt.
No, what? No.
For how much your other fans.
And there's just a lot of like creepy elements that like I said, I'd be curious if other people, especially those who play a lot more horror games.
I can tell you, even just being, I'm very claustrophobic, so even just being in a tunnel in this video game, I'm like, ugh.
Well, yeah, and like that steam effect that we just passed by, like it gets you, like it's a little jump scare. There's
Does
like
your
lights
controller
flashing.
vibrate?
No, I mean this was more like PS3.
Got it.
I remember I played this also on the PC, so there's no way that they would have been able to do that. But like, so these venom crawlers freaking come out of nowhere, and they get you all the time, and I hate them. So yeah, this one of my I wouldn't say least favorite parts, but probably.
Okay, that's fair.
Just because, like I said, it's not, you can rely on a teammate to come get you. It's you.
Oh.
There's a jump scare. Yeah. Where all of a sudden it's just like a stinger moment, and they're like, oh, that's fine. I'll explore here and hope no one's here.
I really hate jump scare videos, because they get me pretty good.
What do you mean by jump? Yeah, see, here you go. The venom crawlers come out of nowhere.
Do you remember there used to be like this car commercial video? I think this is when I was in middle school. This is like forever ago.
Okay.
There's this is like 20 years ago. There's a car commercial video, and it's just like this beautiful car like driving through the hills, and you're just looking at it, and then all of a sudden they have this scary looking woman like jump scare on the screen and scream. Yeah, legit.
This was a legit commercial?
Yes, for a car, and I freaked out. Yeah, I saw this in middle school. I'm gonna look this up and show you after.
Oh my goodness. I've not heard that at all, nor do I think that's a very effective sales technique.
I mean,
but
we scared you into buying our car.
Ha! You'll never forget our commercial.
I think it was Japanese because
death.
Japanese. We love the Japanese.
All right, so more awful venom crawlers that come out of nowhere. Yeah, I really do not like these little guys.
Like
and
when we have food out.
When you're on hard or professional difficulty, you really have to be careful with them because it's just you, and that ups up the ante of the difficulty. So. Yeah, these catacombs are not my favorite. And so here we enter a very difficult part. So you see this giant subway system. All right, so I'm clearing part of this because you're gonna have to be able to run around this when you drain the swamp, which no comment there. Because there's gonna be huge black slime like behemoths or golems, and they're very hard to beat, in addition to all these little pink slime portals with the venom crawlers.
Got it.
So you've got to like run around, and it's just you're trying to survive all this. Not the easiest, I'm not saying the hardest, but not the most fun. So you got to do this little puzzle of getting the gate to close the slime, and then dealing with that. So one of the harder points, I will not say the hardest point of this game, but what would you say is like the hardest part of a video game that you've had to do?
I mean, the boss levels for sure.
No, but I mean just like
like the hardest that I've ever done.
No, like a random part of a level, like beyond a boss. Like bosses are of course, like we already talked about that.
I don't know, anything that requires multiple steps, where if you like screw up one step, you have to go back and do all of the steps before.
Like if you didn't save your progress.
In like Portal. No, in like Portal, where you're trying to solve a puzzle, like a hard puzzle, and if you screw up on part of it, you have to do the entire sequence over again. It just gets frustrating because I have no patience.
I guess. I mean,
it's frustrating for me. Like I have no patience.
Okay. I don't even necessarily have an answer to my own question, but I'd be curious what others, if others have had. I will say that I think video games nowadays, you have a lot more advantage because, I mean, I don't know if you remember this, like, so.
Oh, I do not like him.
Yeah, it's a black slime monster, and again, like, that seemed really easy to take care of, only because right now you're seeing on easy or casual. And it is not that easy when you're playing it in other levels. And also, I knew what was coming, so if you don't know what's coming, then it becomes that much more difficult. But you also have all these other factors, all these other venom crawlers and portals that you've got to try and close up. So it's not easy, but
yeah.
Yeah, I think this game does a fair job trying to vary the difficulty, even when it is quote casual.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I don't know what the hardest part of a video game outside of a boss that I've had to face. But I'd be curious what others have to feel about that.
So these are catacombs, you said, right?
Yeah.
Would you ever go down in catacombs?
Oh, because we almost had an opportunity
In New York. Yeah. I think I would have done it, but then once we got down there, I would have freaked out. Because I'm claustrophobic.
You're a claustrophobic.
You want a fist in the mouth? I've never even looked at another guy before.
I wouldn't mind the skeletons. That's fine. It's whatever. I love it. But I freak out.
Well, not all
in
catacombs are. I would say not all catacombs are necessarily like boneyards.
No, but I know that one was in particular because I saw some pictures.
Well, and then there's the famous catacombs of Paris, which I would say I would do that definitely.
I would do that.
But the catacombs of New York, maybe. I don't know. I think between the two of us, I'm way more okay with it than you are. But that's just us. So I don't know. What would you guys do? Would you never enter a catacomb, or is that
a haunted
something?
Castle? Would you go in a haunted castle?
I would.
I would too. Would I spend the night?
We have been to how many haunted houses? Like
a bunch.
Like I guess certified as far as one can be certified. Like 3, 2, at least 3.
3.
I'd definitely go to a haunted castle.
Oh, for sure.
But you wouldn't stay in one?
Maybe.
Like, I guess it would depend.
I don't know if it sounds weird, like, because there's not really a difference between a haunted castle and a haunted house, which I have stayed in.
Well, I guess it's the modern accoutrements. Like, you know, like...
Yeah,
maybe
like, if it was, like, old, like, just by candlelight, I don't think I could handle that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, if there wasn't electricity, that would be a no for me, dog.
Which I feel like, and because we haven't been to many a castle, like, we don't really know, but I'd be curious, like, if they do have modern amenities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and with that, I think it makes it a lot easier
if
to
I could sleep
spend
with the lights on, sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot more different when it's like, all right, well, here's this gaslit candle or torch, and that's what you got.
Children giggling.
Yeah, like good night. We'll wake you up on sunrise, and yeah.
Nope.
So, all right. So let's say there's a haunted castle.
Mm-hmm.
You do not have modern. Let's say, like, we'll give you the benefit of like toilets,
okay,
but not electricity.
Nope.
Running water, but not electricity.
Nope.
Would you do it? No.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Light is my friend.
All right. I think I would.
Have fun.
Without me,
By yourself.
You're just not.
You'll be fine. I'd stay at the night in Dracula's castle. That's a thing.
What if it didn't have? If it had running water but no lights?
Well, then I'd keep my iPhone light on all night.
But they have no charging station.
Then my phone will die, and I will die.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, I don't think you understand the point is I'm fine with doing all these things, but I cannot do them in the dark.
Okay, then let's flip it. Let's say that you can stay the night, but you have light, but no running water.
That's fine. I'll buy water bottles and pee in a hole.
What do you can bath?
I have to take a bath at a haunted castle.
Bath in blood,
No.
like Dracula. All right, so anyway, back to this. We've discovered the lab of Shandor. There were some voices calling us, beckoning forth. It's Winston. We've recovered Winston. So now the whole game gets a little less scary because now we've got at least one Ghostbuster that's got our back.
Oh, yeah.
And now we are exploring... what's interesting is they add on to the mythology of Ghostbusters.
Okay.
So here we discover this is where the pink slime from Ghostbusters 2 came from.
Ooh.
So they talk about pink slime,
it's the girl slime,
and yellow slime, and blue slime, and a lot of black slime. So you got a lot of slime.
No white slime.
They don't discuss green slime. Which I think is interesting because, like, green slime was, like, all the craze, like, in the 90s. Like, green slime.
Yeah, man.
Like, you remember, like, Nickelodeon?
Tubular.
Even
Yes.
in this game, it's, like, green slime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember Nickelodeon.
You remember getting, like, slimed? Or people getting slimed?
I mean, I never personally experienced it, but I know you could if you stayed at, like, the Nickelodeon hotel. You could...
or, like,
they
went
had,
to,
like,
like...
a show, or if you participated in the show, yeah.
I don't even remember, like, what was required of being able to, like, be allowed to be slimed.
I don't know. If you've been slimed, let us know.
Would you be slimed?
Hell yeah, that'd be so fun.
Ew.
Why?
I don't know. It's just... No, it just kind of seems gross.
Oh, it'd be fun. I mean, when I was a kid, I also participated in, like, a mud run where you have to, like...
What?
Jump in. Yeah, they, like, set up an obstacle course through, like, mud, and you have to, like...
Mud run.
Get dirty.
Get your mud run.
It was fun.
I don't...
And you're
that sounds
just covered
really
in
gross.
mud. Yeah, it's totally a thing.
I'm not saying it's not a thing. There's no debate on
Oh, it's
the
fun.
factual matter of whether a mud run exists, whether it's fun to do. I don't know. Do you like mud runs? Do you
I mean,
want
it was
to...
when I was a kid. It was fun.
I guess. All right. All right. Here's the
You're
real
a boy.
question.
You like getting dirty.
That is a overstatement, and I don't appreciate your generalizations. Would you get slimed?
Yes.
Here's my, not you, talking to the general audience. Would you, not Heidi, get slimed? Did you get slimed at Nickelodeon Studios or somewhere else? I don't know where else you would have. A little concerned
wanna know.
if there were some other places
wanna
like,
know.
come here, kid, I'm gonna slime you. What? Oh God. Get real creepy real quick. Yeah. No, like, I remember Nickelodeon, like, that was the thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't really watch Nickelodeon, did you?
No, I was
So how
not
did you know about...
allowed. Well, okay, so I have all boy cousins, and I'm the only girl, and mine was the only weird family that wasn't allowed to watch Nickelodeon. So when I'd go over to my cousin's house, I would watch it.
How often did that happen?
I used to go to my cousins all the time.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
and
Not all the time, but often.
Your parent just didn't have a problem at that point, or
They just didn't know.
Oh, okay. Were they not aware, or just?
No, I don't think so. I
Oh.
mean, just like, I watched, like, The Mummy when I was 8, and I was terrified.
Which mummy?
The good Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
First of all, there's a couple of good movies.
Yes, okay,
Boris
yes.
Karloff is great.
Yes,
it is a
that is
classic.
also a great movie. But you know what I mean? And that was like a scary movie back then, or at least for
Oh,
that
wait,
age.
wait. How? Oh yeah, you would have been 8. Okay, I had to do the math, but I was like, no, wait, that's not right at all. Okay, well, that's cool. I mean, I remember like watching some like movies that I like definitely don't think I was supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Like I watched Austin Powers. Awkward.
That would definitely be one that probably not approved upon.
I also watched The Birds.
Oh, like the
Or
Hitchcock?
Birds, yeah, that was terrifying.
I think I said
It's like a
Hitchcock,
child. Yeah, you
but
did.
not Hickok. Not
You-
Help me.
Hitchcock?
Hitchcock. Wild Bill Hitchcock. Yeah, that one. How is that inappropriate though for a child?
No, I don't think it was inappropriate. I think it was just scary.
You thought a movie about evil
kid-
birds was scary?
Yes!
Comment below if you thought the birds was scary.
When it came out, oh my god. Stop.
When it came out in 1979
Yes,
or
that's when I was
whatever.
8.
I don't know. Anyway, so we moved on to the next area. So
What are
there's
these blue guys?
they are black slime ghosts. So you have the venom crawlers, which are the little spider little fiends. Not spider fiends. You have the black slime fiends, which are like the humanoids. You have the black slime monsters and the black slime ghosts.
They're not very clever with these names.
I didn't do it. They're all black slimy. You've got to use your positronic slime, psychomagnetheric slime, positively charged psychomagnetheric slime to defeat them.
Got it.
So there you go. Say that 10 times fast. Positively charged psychomagnetheric slime. Destroy. Oh, and there's a black slime monster who's now after me. That's fine. And he's just gonna...
I don't like that he just like vomits on you.
I mean, it's kind of like... it reminds me of kind of like Venom.
Yeah, I can see that. I love
He's
Venom.
yeah, he's got some Venom quality and definitely like a golem structure. So it's a lot of just trying to get rid of them. But again, so we've got Winston, we freed Egon, so now you've got a little less pressure as far as like trying to survive these fights. But still, again, this one I want to say on professional, not that easy to do.
I mean, this looks difficult on easy, at least for me.
Well, I mean, the whole point is, I wouldn't say it's necessarily like more villains or creatures or whatever. It's just the ability to defeat them is harder, and then like your help from your fellow Ghostbusters is like diminished, or just because the villains are harder, like they knock down your AI quicker.
Got it.
So, yeah, that gold proton pack, if you earn it, you know, good for you guys. It was definitely something that I did not want you guys to have to go through, but just unfortunately by accident, yeah, I earned it, and we will get through the rest of this walkthrough, but it's not always easy.
No.
But well worth the trophies if you're a crazy hardcore fan of sorts.
Yes.
So, yeah, we've got a little bit more of Shandor's lab. We still have to rescue Winston, or not Winston.
So we already rescued Winston.
Peter.
Peter.
And Ray is on the boat. That's where I was thinking.
I'm on
you
a
were
boat.
good. Yeah, that's where I was thinking. I was like waiting for you to do it, but.
Show me the way to go home.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
I'm
Oh,
tired.
and Peter's
hi, Peter.
just randomly. He's like, "Hey, I'm here. Good to see you guys."
That was a great rescue.
That was we really tried hard.
Peter
with
is
that
not a
one.
damsel in distress. He rescues himself.
He don't need nobody. So we have come upon
Ooh, a face.
the. I want to say it's called an orrery, orrery. So you know those like metal things where they like kind of spin them and like the planets change.
Yeah.
So I guess it's an old device. They describe it here as like a way to like divine when the planets will align.
Okay.
I kind of call a little BS. I think it was probably more like defining the paths of the planets based on things. But anyway, so that's what this is, and
Okay.
so we're disrupting that because what this orrery is doing is it's aligning dimensions. And the reason it is aligning, orrery chamber right there. The reason it's combining the dimensions is because they have captured a creature here, and it is producing the slime into those labs, which is what is being funneled into New York, which is what allowed Vigo to get his power, which is what allowed for a lot of other things. So
Gotcha.
that's really part of it. So we stopped the orrery, and we are heading up because
Well, where's the creature?
you're gonna see.
Okay.
Can you guess which creature it is?
It's a creature of the night.
I thought you were honestly gonna say of the black slime. I thought that was a perfect setup. Creature of the black slime.
Sorry.
I mean,
I
guess,
was thinking more Rocky Horror.
Yeah, no, that's a bad movie. Say it.
You've never
Shots
seen it.
fired.
You've never seen it.
Not good.
Don't talk to me.
You ever ask us to do videos on Rocky Horror? I've got bad
answer
news for
is
you.
yes.
Not gonna happen. You might as well do a time warp to another time when we're not gonna do it.
He doesn't understand.
Let's do the not show again. Anyway. So the black slime is now filling up, and soon the creature will be revealed. I will tell you that it is a creature from Ghostbusters lore.
Okay.
So it's been previously mentioned in Ghostbusters official 1 and 2.
This looks like the monster in Star Wars that tries to eat Luke.
Are you talking about in Empire Strikes Back where
Yeah.
Luke is definitely not in the Millennium Falcon? The
No.
the worm?
No.
Oh, the
no.
Wampa?
No, never mind.
I don't even know what you're
No,
talking
when he's at Java's.
about. Oh, the Sarlacc pit?
Yeah.
No, it's not the Sarlacc pit. Boom! Don't you recognize him?
He's
You
a
know,
lizard.
He's a slore.
He's
All right, so you remember...
Snake?
No! Do you remember Louis Tully?
Of
where
course.
he's possessed by Vince Clortho, and he's talking about the many forms of Gozer, and he's like, many Slors and Torbs knew what it was like to be possessed by that one day.
Okay.
I'm gonna show a video that actually correctly shows that here.
Then, during the third reconciliation of the last of the McKettrick supplicants, they chose a new form for him, that of a giant slore. Many Shubs and Zools knew what it was to be roasted in the depths of the slore that day, I can tell you.
Maybe. Oh,
And
shots fired.
and so that it's a juvenile slore. So you see how massive this creature is? Mm-hmm. So imagine an adult being what Gozer's destroyer form was for that dimension.
Gotcha.
So it's a good callback to like a random line in the first Ghostbusters. But he's got a pretty big weak point of that. Yeah, that glowing spot, pretty obviously
Is he
on
already
him.
dead?
Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, granted, again, this is on
You're
easy.
covered in slime.
This is on easy, so a little bit more difficult in some things, but
Why do you always have to shoot them in the butt?
because we got some pop secrets. Boop boop poo, boop boop poo. So, all right, we've taken out the slore, we've stopped the slime,
We did it.
stopped the final node. What more could there be? It's just a matter of going back and relaxing.
Never.
All right, so we gotta
Come
dramatically get off the
no.
boat onto Ecto 1.
Wait, who's driving this boat?
Ray.
Okay.
Remember, Ray is the
Ray.
only one who didn't go on the island.
Right.
Yeah, and they're not happy with him for leaving, him all by themselves. So, and we'll take a breather there.
Okay.
We've got one more episode left.
One more episode.
To finish Ghostbusters, the video game.
Remastered.
Walk through, and then we'll call it a breather. But thank you guys so much for following us along, and we enjoy you.
Donka.